Okocha!
So brace yourself for this. I kept wondering why JJ Okocha, a player filled with skills, a magician who made defenders cry, was never awarded a Ballon d'Or. So I went into research. And to my surprise, I wasn't the only one asking this question. Fans, legends, and even rival players have all echoed the same frustration. How could one of the most electrifying players in football history never even come close to winning the game's most prestigious prize? So I kept digging, searching for the truth. Was it politics? Was it bias? Or was it simply because football never truly valued flair over stats? The deeper I went, the more shocking the answers became. And now here's what I discovered. Why JJ Okocha, despite his magic, was denied football's greatest individual honour. Football, they say, is about entertainment. It's about magic. It's about those who make us dream. And few players in history have embodied that spirit better than Austin JJ Okocha. He dribbled like Ronaldinho, he dazzled like Zidane, and he had the fans screaming like Maradona. And yet, he never won the Ballon d'Or. Why? This is the story of the greatest player to never win football's most prestigious individual prize. Football is about entertainment, magic, and those rare players who make us dream. And if there was ever a player who embodied that, it was Austin JJ Okocha. He dribbled like a dancer, humiliated defenders for fun, and made football look like an art form. From the dusty streets of Enugu, Nigeria, to dazzling the world in Germany, France, England, and Turkey, Okocha was a footballing genius. But despite his insane talent, he never won the Ballon d'Or. Why? Well, sit back, because this is the story of a legend who never got his golden crown. They say some players are born great, others achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. JJ? He had all three. From an early age, his raw talent was undeniable. Street football was his first training ground, and every game was a spectacle. He was the kid who played as if gravity didn't apply to him. JJ's journey started in the streets, where football was played with anything round enough to kick. His talent was undeniable, and Europe came calling. First, a small German club, then Eintracht Frankfurt, where he scored that legendary goal against Oliver Kahn. He made defenders look foolish, and fans fall in love. Then came PSG, where he didn't just shine, he became the mentor to a young Ronaldinho. Imagine that, one of football's greatest magicians learning from Okocha himself. He wasn't just good, he was unreal. His European journey started in Germany with Borussia Neunkirchen, a modest club. But soon the footballing world took notice, and he moved to Eintracht Frankfurt, where he would score one of the most ridiculous goals in Bundesliga history. This goal wasn't just a goal, it was an art piece. The audacity, the skill, the disrespect to defenders. And of course, sending a young Oliver Kahn into a trance. This was the moment JJ Okocha announced himself to Europe. And then, instead of chasing glory at a super club, JJ did something no Ballon d'Or winner would ever do. He chose Bolton Wanderers, a mid-table English team fighting for survival. But he didn't just survive, he thrived. He turned Bolton into a team worth watching, pulling off skill moves that FIFA had to name after him. Fans still sing his name, JJ Okocha, so good they named him twice. But if he was this good, why wasn't he recognised with football's biggest prize? Well, that's where the story takes a frustrating turn. Most footballers move to a big club to elevate their status. JJ Okocha did the opposite. He went to Bolton Wanderers, a mid-table Premier League team, and turned them into a force to be reckoned with. His impact was so immense that the Bolton fans came up with the now iconic chant, "JJ Okocha, so good they named him twice." And for 2 seasons, he made Bolton must-watch football. He carried them to the 2004 League Cup final and led them into Europe. A magician among mortals. The truth is, football awards aren't just about talent. Politics, media hype, and club prestige play a massive role. Unlike Zidane, Ronaldinho, or Ronaldo, JJ never played for Barcelona, Real Madrid, or AC Milan. Instead, he chose loyalty, passion, and joy over trophies. And let's be honest, the Ballon d'Or has never been kind to African players. George Weah remains the only African to win it. Even legends like Drogba and Eto'o were ignored. Okocha, playing for smaller teams, never stood a chance in the eyes of biased voters. Ronaldinho himself admitted that JJ was his biggest influence in learning the art of dribbling and flair football. Imagine that, a Ballon d'Or winner, learning from a man who never even got close to winning it. But here's the thing, does a golden trophy define greatness? Or is it the impact a player leaves behind? Okocha made football fun. He made millions fall in love with the game. He inspired Ronaldinho, amazed fans, and put Bolton on the footballing map. He won trophies, yes, but more importantly, he won hearts. His legacy isn't measured in Ballon d'Or votes, it's in the joy he gave us every time he touched the ball. Why didn't he win the Ballon d'Or? Or should I say he was never lucky? Now here's the million-dollar question. Why was JJ Okocha never even close to winning the Ballon d'Or? The answer is both frustrating and illuminating. Playing for smaller clubs. Unlike Ronaldo, Zidane or Ronaldinho, JJ never played for football's biggest giants. Ballon d'Or winners are often from Real Madrid, Barcelona or top-tier clubs. Even though he was good enough to play for any elite team, he never sought the limelight of super clubs. Instead, he chose to be a leader at clubs like PSG and Bolton, where he could freely express his artistry rather than conform to tactical restrictions. The politics of the award. Let's be honest, the Ballon d'Or isn't just about talent, it's about trophies, PR and media influence. Football is as much about narratives as it is about skill. The biggest stars often have entire marketing teams promoting their brand, ensuring they stay in the spotlight. Okocha, despite being a fan favourite, lacked that corporate push. He was a player for the purists, the ones who watched football for joy, not just for stats and accolades. Underrated African players. George Weah remains the only African to ever win the Ballon d'Or. Even Samuel Eto'o and Didier Drogba, who won everything at club level, never claimed it. Okocha, playing for mid-table clubs, stood no chance in such a biased system. Many African footballers have faced similar struggles, often being overlooked despite their immense contributions. Had JJ been Brazilian or European, his chances would have significantly increased. Flair over stats. Football awards love numbers. Goals, assists, trophies. Okocha's magic was about moments, not stats. He entertained, but he didn't rack up Ballon d'Or style statistics. In an era where midfielders like Zinedine Zidane and Pavel Nedved were rewarded for combining technique with goal contributions, Okocha's flair was seen as a luxury rather than a necessity. He played for the love of the game, not for records, and unfortunately, awards rarely recognise the artists of football. But do trophies define a player, or is it the moments they give us? The joy, the entertainment, the memories. JJ Okocha may not have won the Ballon d'Or, but he won the hearts of millions. Show fan tributes, players talking about Okocha, and Bolton fans still singing his name. If the Ballon d'Or was given for making fans fall in love with football, Okocha would have won it multiple times. His legacy isn't measured in golden trophies, it's measured in joy. And maybe, just maybe, that's more important. Okocha's influence stretched far beyond the pitch. His style of play inspired a generation of young footballers, particularly in Africa, where he remains a legend. From his outrageous skills to his ability to make football fun, he became a symbol of expression and creativity in the game. Fans still talk about his performances as if they happened yesterday. Even in retirement, his impact can be felt, whether in Nigeria's football culture or the global appreciation of flair players. The greatest players are not always those who win the most, but those who make us feel something special. And in that, JJ Okocha will always be among football's true legends. For many football fans, the absence of JJ Okocha's name on the Ballon d'Or winners list feels like a grave injustice. How could a player who mesmerised the world with his skill, who made even the toughest defenders look foolish, and who brought joy to millions, never even come close to winning football's most prestigious individual award? Fans still voice their disappointment, arguing that if football was truly about artistry, creativity, and entertainment, Okocha would have lifted the golden trophy at least once. From the streets of Nigeria to the stands of Bolton, from PSG supporters to neutrals who simply love the game, there remains a lingering frustration, a feeling that one of football's greatest showmen was never given the recognition he truly deserved. So here's to JJ Okocha, the magician, the entertainer, the Ballon d'Or winner in spirit.
Who deserved the Ballon d'Or but never won it? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's settle the debate. Waikorda sur Tiandan.
They just go past you, like, where's he gone? Where's he gone? You know.
So good, they named you twice.
Unbelievable. One of the best players that I have played with. Incredible natural talent. Was a magician. Could do anything that he wanted with the
He's JJ Okocha.
I think that players like Okocha will stand out every game just by the way he dribbles people, the way